Tanja Ebert was reported missing by her husband Michael Burden on the 10th of August 2017. Tanya's missing and she is suspected to have been murdered at the hands of her husband Michael Burden. Today we're announcing a reward of $200,000 in relation to any information coming forward that will lead us to locating Tanya's remains. Mr. Burden, who was 41 at the time, unfortunately fatally shot himself at his station at Manor Hill on the 16th of August, whilst police were on the property investigating Tanya's disappearance. Michael remains the only suspect in relation to this matter. That matter has been investigated separately, so I'm not able to make any comment in relation to that matter. Police believe that there are people in the community who know what happened to Tanya and have got information that they can provide that will help to recovering her remains and bringing this case to a close for Tanya's family in Germany, for her children and for the wider community. Whilst Tanya's remains are missing, a cloud hangs over the station at Manor Hill, and we want to bring that story to a conclusion and lay Tanya to rest and bring peace to her family. Police have extensively searched the property at Manor Hill. We've searched waterways, sentimental places within the property, and we've failed to locate her remains. As you can imagine, the property is extensive. It's 410 square kilometres, so really we do need the help from the public, someone with information about potentially where Tanya's remains are. Tanya was last seen on the 8th of August here in Adelaide, and she was later believed to be in Roseworthy, where the vehicle that she was travelling in with her family stopped. The initial focus of our investigation was in Roseworthy. However, information that has come to hand since then indicates that Tanya actually travelled further than Roseworthy, and we believe that she actually made it back to the property at Manor Hill. So again, we're appealing for anyone out there who has information in relation to where Tanya's remains are to please contact us through Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. I'll take some questions.
What makes you so sure that her husband spoke with somebody else about where she's buried?
The investigation and the length of time between when Tanya was last seen and when she was reported missing gives us reason to believe that Michael would have been involved or contact with other people.
Do you think that's a small group of friends that he has potentially spoken to?
Look, I think the Burden family were well respected in the area. They would have had people that they had confidence in that they would have perhaps shared things with. Some of those people will be reluctant, out of respect for the Burden family, to come forward and talk to us. But what I would say, this is deeply distressing for the family of Tanya in Germany. It's obviously going to be terrible as these kids grow up and want to know what happened to mum and not having any answers. So those people need to think about that. They need to come forward and do the right thing.
And are they people up in the community, or are they people in Adelaide potentially? Or?
Well, potentially we think it's people close to the family, but it could be wider than that.
Are they committing an offence potentially by not coming forward?
Potentially there is an offence, but what I do want to make clear today is that we want to put this matter to rest. We want to find Tanya and bring peace to her family and some answers for the kids as they move forward with their lives. So yes, potentially people could face charges, but that's not the thrust of today's message.
Members of Mr. Burden's family, some of them believe that Tanya is still alive. What would you say about that?
Look, with missing persons inquiries, we do lots of things to try and establish if a person is still alive or not. In those inquiries, you would expect to see some sort of activity, either through contact with family, telephone, banking, sightings. There has been none of that.
Did the police know, in terms of the people that may potentially know about this, do the police have an idea of who they might be? Are we talking a couple of people, or are we talking more than that?
Michael's from a close family. He would have had people within the family that he would have spoken to. We've spoken to lots of those people. They haven't disclosed any of those potential conversations that Michael may have had after Tanya died. They need to think about that. They need to come forward.
After Tanya disappeared, did Michael go and stay anywhere outside of the Manor Hill area in the days after?
We've conducted significant inquiries in relation to Michael's movements from the 8th of August until the time of report of Tanya's disappearance. There's a period on the Wednesday of a number of hours that we can't account for. There's also a period on the 9th that we can't account for as well. So they're blanks in our investigation as to where Michael actually was, what he was doing. But we suspect, as I say, someone does know what he was doing during those periods of time, and they need to tell us where Michael was and what he was actually doing during those periods.
Do you suspect he travelled to Adelaide? Is that
No.
a possible? No.
Do you think Michael acted alone, or do you think other people were involved in helping him either before or after, or?
Look, we suspect Michael has committed murder of his wife. We don't believe anyone else was involved in that. Whether other people chose to assist Michael after the murder is a question that we need answers to. And as I say, it's not about putting those people who may have assisted before the court. It's about trying to find Tanya's remains and put this matter to rest.
Last question.
Have you returned to Manor Hill recently?
We haven't been to Manor Hills for a number of months now. So again, the key to that is really seeking information, which will give us a good start point to go and look for Tanya's remains. As you can imagine, massive property, you can't just start with no clues. So we're really asking for that help. Give us a clue where Tanya is so as we can start to search for her.
How has Ms. Ebert's family responded to the development today? How have they reacted to it?
We've been in regular contact with her family in Germany, and they are supportive of SIPOL and what we've done in relation to the investigation. But clearly they remain distressed about being unable to get the answers as to what exactly happened to Tanya and where her body is.
And the young boys, are they with the family in Germany?
Two young lads are with family of Michael's, and they're being cared for and they're safe. But as I say, they'll have many questions as they grow up, and we want to try and give them those answers.
So they're in their cell.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did the police still think that the remains may be at Manor Hill property? There was a big search there a year or so ago. Is that still where police think that the body may be?
Look, I can't say with certainty, but it is most likely that her remains are at that property, yes.
Cool.